Hey guys, it's Chris Wong. I'm filming this video as of January 13th, 2025, and I'd like to talk about why I made this major change in my Questrade margin account and TFSA. So as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy interested in building a portfolio. So most of my previous videos talked about investing in index-based ETFs that pay monthly or pay weekly dividends. And I actually decided to make major changes in my portfolio, like changing half my TFSA and a quarter of my margin account into owning VOO. So VOO doesn't fit the description of a monthly or weekly paying dividend ETF. It's actually more focused on a growth ETF based on the S&P 500. VOO pays quarterly dividends, and the dividend yield is very low compared to the other ETFs I'm into. So all the ones I'm into all pay like high yields of at least 12% dividend yield, or even the super high yield ones like Yield Max. So why did I decide to make a major change and switch most of my portfolio into VOO while still keeping most of my weekly paying dividend ETFs? I got VOO because Questrade has margin requirement of 20% for holding VOO. So 20% is a lot lower than most of my other ETFs of 30%. I thought 30% was quite low, and I found something even lower. I was actually surprised that VOO on Questrade is 20%. So the lower the margin requirement, the higher the buying power available I can actually withdraw from the account or to purchase other investments. So my Questrade account has my TFSA as collateral for my margin account. So I actually wonder why my focus on getting only dividend ETFs on my TFSA account, especially if I have them invested in USD listed ETFs and I lose 15% withholding tax on dividends. In the long term, when I want to live out of this account, I want to withdraw money out of my margin account more than my TFSA. So I'm actually focused on trying to increase my buying power. And if I want to make most of my mistakes, I'd rather make my mistakes on my margin account rather than my TFSA. Another reason for getting VOO is because the share price of VOO is like $530 today, and the S&P 500 dropped. So I actually decided to use this opportunity to do a bulk purchase of VOO because I don't want to like save my money and then try to buy one share at a time. It'll take me a long time to save enough money to just buy even one share. And because it's a growth ETF that pays quarterly dividends at a 1 or 2% dividend yield, so every time I'm going to buy shares in the long term, the share price is going to go up. So I actually decide to purchase as many shares of VOO and decide to just hold on to it. And if VOO goes down in stock price due to the S&P 500 going down, then I'll buy more over time. But my goal is to actually just do a bulk purchase, make it half my TFSA or make it a quarter of my margin account as of today, and then just hold on to it. In the long term, it'll give me more buying power as the S&P 500 goes up. I actually also want to use this opportunity to purchase more shares of YMAX, QDTE, RDTE, and even XDTE on my margin account. I actually sold XDTE on my TFSA so I can actually purchase more VOO. I also sold HPYT.U, which is a bond ETF by Harvest, as I didn't feel like I actually want to have bonds long term, especially the amount I had. And on my margin account, I actually sold the Defiance ETFs, IWMY, QQQY, and WDTE. I actually felt like it wasn't growing as much in the share price when the indexes go back up. So since the Roundhill ones, XDTE, QDTE, and RDTE, I could average them down. So I actually decided to sell the Defiance ones, try to average down the Roundhill ones, and try to make my focus on getting VOO. So over time when I was purchasing VOO on both my margin account and TFSA, I saw that my margin buying power available to withdraw or to purchase more ETFs, it was going up. So even getting it at 20%, it actually makes a huge difference on how much margin buying power available to use. I will eventually add IWMY, QQQY, and WDTE back into my account. I'm just waiting over time for more income to come in, either from my job or from the dividends that come in, or even when the S&P 500 goes up, then I will have more buying power available to purchase shares of those three ETFs again, or even try to average down the other ETFs I have. So even though my focus is still building up my weekly paying dividend ETFs, I still have to make sure I have sufficient margin buying power available to withdraw out of the account, or even like to purchase more ETFs. The weekly paying dividend ETFs that I have, there's more incentive for me to purchase them over time because the share price of all of them are under $60. So it's a lot easier to purchase them from work income when the share price is less than $60 to just purchase one share, compared to buying VOO where the share price is at least $530 today. So this is based on purchasing just one share and not purchasing a fractional share. I actually prefer to purchase shares whole, and I'm not sure if Questrade allows fractional purchases at all. So did I pick the best time to purchase VOO? I'm not really sure. I just thought to use the opportunity as the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ went down. And is it going to go down any further? I don't know. Is it going to go back up in the long term? It will. And then would it go back down? It will eventually, but would it go back down as low as today? I don't know. So I just decided to take a chance and just try to acquire as many VOO shares as possible. I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thank you guys for watching.